everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today's video is all about transitional dressing. So moving on from the summer season into the autumn season, and I usually find that can be quite tricky because it's still quite warm outside up until kind of October, mid-October time sometimes. Even in the UK, you can get really warm days throughout September. However, it's not warm enough to go out with your kind of tank top without any cover, but then it's too warm to put heavy coats on and heavy knits. So the key to transitional dressing is layering. And I've got 6 outfits for you, which I will style up and talk you through. I will also show you a cutout so you can see the full outfit. And I will also, with that, give you a style tip for each piece. So basically, I've got 6 style tips, and then I'll kind of illustrate with my outfit what I mean by each one, which hopefully will really help you to kind of transition seamlessly through from the summer season into the autumn season. So let's get straight into it with our first tip, and that's to buy a key transitional item for autumn. Now, this is not going to come as any surprise to you when I state that one of the key transitional pieces that I couldn't live without in my wardrobe is a trench coat. They are just the perfect transitional piece, and that means that you can still wear your summer pieces, but you can just layer up with a trench coat. And I'll show you in the look. So I've started with this base layer, which is probably how I would just wear a very kind of easy, casual summer outfit. So it's just a white tank top. These are my blue River Island straight leg jeans, which I love. They're some of my favourite. I have them in like 4 colours because they're so comfortable as well. And then I just pop some trainers on, and then all I'm going to do is to add on my trench coat. Now, I've had this one for years, and this is one of my favourites. It's actually quite a thin, unlined one, and I really like how fluid it is and how it drapes. But you can use any trench coat that you like, so a more structured classic trench coat, even a cropped trench coat. This one is from Everlane, so I'm not sure this is still available, but I will find you plenty of alternatives. There's so many good ones out there at the moment. I will try to link everything below, but some of these pieces are from my capsule wardrobe that come out year after year. So if I can't find the exact piece, then I will try to link you something similar. But this is just a really simple transitional piece. So all I would do, just in case I was planning on taking my trench coat off and I might get a little bit chilly, is I would just simply add a jumper over my shoulders and just kind of leave it there for extra warmth. And also then if I was to take my trench coat on, then I could just pop this quite a thin knit jumper in a kind of lovely autumnal brown colour, and that will just sit there really lovely. And again, even if I was out and about and I was still a bit nippy, I could then at any point put this on under my trench coat and it will still look lovely. Now, you'll notice that I brought some kind of autumnal colours in with that. So we've got this lovely brown jumper over my shoulders. I've got a brown belt. I've just got a really slouchy dark brown suede bag, and you'll see how it kind of brings the whole look together. And although it's really simple and casual, it still looks really chic. Now, in the clip, I've also added a cap, again, kind of bringing in some of these brown tones. And I love the way this looks. This is like a classic me outfit in the autumn. I'll just add on a cap and I'll still feel very put together, but still really relaxed and casual and comfortable. And it kind of, with the trainers, it adds a little bit more of a sporty vibe as well. So yeah, it's such a simple way to transition. And again, if you don't like to wear tanks, then A white t-shirt would be just as great, or as it gets a bit cooler, you can add a long sleeve jersey kind of t-shirt, or even a thin kind of merino knit wool that would look really lovely inside. But it's just one of those outfits that you can change and tweak to your preference, and as the weather gets cooler as we move through autumn and into winter. So my second tip and outfit is to introduce really beautiful autumnal tones into your outfits. So in this case, I have an all white outfit. I've got just a pair of white straight leg jeans. Again, these are River Island ones, but swap them over for any jeans you prefer. So if you prefer wide leg, boot leg, you know, much more narrow, mum fit, whatever style you like, it will work with that. And then I've just added just a little short sleeve knit. This one's from Abercrombie. So I have the basis of a really basic outfit. I started to add my autumnal colours and tones with this gorgeous brown suede belt. And then I'm just going to add a jacket of a similar tone. And again, as well as autumnal tones, try to introduce texture. So obviously suede is huge this autumn. Introduce those kind of rich, beautiful fabrics like suede, like fur, like leather. Just really help to make that outfit feel really fresh and autumnal. So I'm just going to add my M&S bomber, which is just a gorgeous tan colour and a really lovely transitional piece. They had run out of these last time I checked. I only got it a few weeks ago, but I will still put it down below because they do keep coming in and out. Now this one, in case you're wondering, is a size 12. I'm usually a size 8 to 10, but in my bombers I like to oversize a little bit. So just a really gorgeous kind of look together with this rich tan, very suede colour and the white underneath it. Now, if I'm honest, I do wear white throughout the year. In winter, I absolutely love all white outfit, but that's not for everybody. And I think by introducing these autumnal tones into a white outfit can make it go from very summery to looking really lovely and autumnal. And I'm going to add a bag in similar tones to that as well. So guys, this stunning tote is a recent purchase from Mint Velvet. Now I'm not going to talk about it too much now because I will show you in a lot more detail in my upcoming video for my new in pieces for autumn, but just gorgeous. And this is the kind of thing I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly the same colour as my jacket, but as it's in the similar kind of tones, it really pulls the whole look together. And then you probably see better in the cutaways because I can't really go much further. I'm not sure you'll be able to see my shoes, but I've got on a pair of really comfortable slim backs in a similar brown suede tone and texture as well. So yeah, this is the finished outfit for look number 2. Very, very simple to create. If you don't have a bomber jacket, just add on, you know, a darker, maybe a faux suede blazer, or if you don't have suede items, then just add in a blazer or even something like a barn jacket, just something to make it look more autumnal, but try to make it more kind of earthy autumnal tones to really transition that look into autumn. So my third tip for transitional dressing is to add warmer fabrics to your summer classics. So here I'm actually wearing a pair of white tailored shorts, and don't think kind of early September, that's it, put your shorts away, because if you live anywhere like the UK, you do still get very unpredictable weather. I would say all the way up to mid-October. So there's been plenty of times in September in previous years where I've still had a pair of shorts on. But what you do to make it more autumn ready is that you'll pair them, rather than with tanks and t-shirts, with something a little bit warmer on top. Now this is a classic example of what I mean. I got this beginning of summer from Zara. It's like a knitted 3/4 length cardigan, and this is great because I'm not ready to let go of yellow. I had a bit of an obsession with yellow over butter yellow over summer, and this is such a lovely transitional piece because it's in that butter yellow, but it's got like loads of beigey kind of stitches running through it, so it's a really good transitional piece. And again, I've kind of paired it with more autumnal colours. So I've got my brown suede bag again, and I've paired it, and I definitely don't think these are on sale because I've had these for about 4 years, but just with a pair of snake skin print ballet flats. And I think it looks really lovely, and obviously animal prints are really huge this autumn winter, so this is kind of just dipping my toe in, but it also adds that brown autumnal look into my whole outfit, so it brings it together with my dark brown bag against the buttermilk yellow and white, and also then these lovely ballet flats that have got shades of brown and beige as well. So it just pulls the whole look together, and it makes it from kind of beach ready in the summer to city ready. You could wear this walking around the city. It looks smart, it still looks appropriate for this early autumn period, and is really comfortable. And you don't have to wear like a knitted cardigan like this. If you even like a boucle jacket would look really lovely with this, that kind of mix of high and low, or just a knit on top would look equally as lovely. It's just a really versatile piece. So the point of this is, don't automatically think that now we're in autumn you have to put every piece of your summer wardrobe away. I try to not do that until at least the latter part of September. I like to keep some of my classic summer pieces out that I know that I'm going to be able to still use with other autumn transitional pieces. But yeah, this is outfit number 3. And just a quick reminder, guys, that if you are enjoying this video, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel out. And if you like this kind of content, I do publish every week on a Sunday, so it will be great to see you back. Let's move on to outfit number 4. So my tip number 4 is to mix fabrics and textures. So in this one, I'm wearing just a pair of brown satin trousers, and I've made it more autumnal by adding on this beautiful knit from Suzanne. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, you know how much I love the Gaspard cardigan by Suzanne. I have this in 4 colours and it comes out every single year, but I feel like autumn and winter, more than any other season, are perfect for mixing these beautiful fabrics together. It's really different fabrics work really well together. So you've got these kind of flowy, silky, fluid trousers along with a really cozy knit. It just seems to work. It's just such a lovely look. Now, these satin trousers I wore throughout summer as well. Like they are all year round for me, but I pair them differently in summer than I do in autumn winter. So just making it more autumn appropriate by adding on a knit, whether that's a cardigan or whether that's a jumper. And if satin trousers are not your thing, then in the clip I've also done exactly the same thing, but paired them with a long brown satin skirt. In this clip, I've added on some nude boots. I actually probably would wear these with ballet flats, but they are a little bit long for me, so they needed a heel. And let me just grab my bag, and to keep the neutral tones and to blend in with my boots, I've just added my nude mulberry bag. So they're not all exactly the same, but it's still really tonal and they all work really, really well together. Whereas when I've swapped it over for my satin skirt, I put on a pair of lovely pointed ballet flats, added my brown suede slouchy bag, and it looks really good both ways. But yeah, just try to mix your fabrics, whether that's some fur, whether that's leather, whether that's silk or satin with some kind of chunky knits. You know, this one's like an alpaca, but where it's mohair, or just a really lovely cashmere or wool knit. It just makes the whole thing look really elevated. And I also think it makes it look effortless, like you haven't tried too hard, but it works really well. And I've paired these two together because obviously brown being very autumnal, and I am in love with the brown and blue combination. That is probably has taken over my butter yellow obsession, and I absolutely love these two colours together. So yeah, look number 4. So my 5th tip is to rethink the way that you wear your summer skirts for autumn. And you will see 2 common themes running throughout this video for transitional dressing. One is layering, and the second is either swapping the top part or the bottom part of what you would wear in summer and just changing it for something that's more autumn appropriate. So in this case, I've got a gorgeous white summer skirt. This one's from Marks and Spencer, it's like a full midi length. And I've worn this so much throughout summer, and in summer I was much more likely to pair this with a vest top, like a tank top, or a waistcoat if I wanted to dress it up a lot more. Whereas come autumn time, and I do wear this all the way through autumn because I think you can really make a white skirt look autumnal or winter appropriate by what you add with it. But in this case, I've just added a really casual sweatshirt. Now I've had this for about 3 years. This is from Rosie Love. They're a really good brand, just incidentally, if you like kind of slogan t-shirts or sweatshirts, and they are actually having a real moment at the moment. I've seen them everywhere in the shops, and I think this looks really nice. It's very casual. You could do this for a school run, you could do this going shopping or meeting friends for coffee. It's just such a cute outfit, I think, but still has that kind of summer feeling with the skirt, but is moving slowly into the autumn transitional period. And I've just paired it with some flat white pointed slingbacks. Now, and I've added a burgundy clutch with this just to kind of bring in that autumnal tone as well. Now, you know, a white bag would work equally as well as this. And I know clutches aren't always the most practical, but like a burgundy bag would look really beautiful with this as well. But I think the whole outfit goes really lovely together. I really like this outfit. And just, you know, when I tuck things in like sweatshirts, I don't do it really neatly all the way around. I just kind of casually tuck them in so they fall as they want. And I always think that looks so much better and less kind of structured, as if you've made that proper effort to do it perfectly, rather than kind of more effortlessly chic, as I think this outfit really does look. And my final tip is to make your summer dresses last longer. Now, this is a classic summer dress for me, sleeveless. It's a classic shirt dress. This one's from Reese that I've had for about 2 years now, and it comes out every spring, summer and autumn. And sometimes I've even worn this in winter by layering it up, but I've just paired this with a pair of slingback shoes because I'm going to show you a kind of what I would consider to be a perfect transitional workwear office outfit. But obviously as it gets cooler, you can swap the slingbacks for a pair of knee-high boots. Would look equally as nice because this dress is quite long, it's midi, and it kind of covers the top of your boots. I've left a couple of the buttons open so you could even do that with your boots so you can see the top of your boots. You can kind of adapt it as you want. And then all I would do to make this a perfect transitional outfit is add a really nice blazer on top. So I'm going to add this tan blazer also from Reese that I've had again for a good couple of years. I like to show my wrists. And kind of make it look a little bit more like casual rather than very corporate. But yeah, I just think this is such a lovely work outfit for autumn. I'm going to grab my tan pollen bag, and this is the finished look, and I think that looks so appropriate for autumn. But you could do this with any dress and not just for kind of workwear. So if you've got a sleeveless dress, either by adding a blazer, you can pair it with, you know, your trainers or your boots, or even a cardigan. You know, you can still adapt some of your summer clothes. The trick is to just add those autumnal touches, accessories into the mix as well, and layering. And also I feel like texture is hugely important in autumn or winter, and I think that way you can make your summer outfits last longer rather than kind of having to pack everything away, you know, and starting afresh as the autumn season comes. I just like to do like a gradual transition, and then obviously as it gets a lot more cooler as we move into winter, that's when I would start taking my more heavier, warmer coats and boots out. So I do hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, then please do give me a thumbs up. And as I mentioned earlier, if you are new here and want to see similar content, then please do subscribe to my channel. Also let me know which was your favourite tip and which outfit you like the best. I really love to hear your guys' opinions. I will show you that suede bag again in more detail in my next video. I've got a Zara haul video coming up next week where I've got some gorgeous new pieces in, and I will also show you the new suede bag because I think that's beautiful. That's not from Zara, but I will show you that in more detail. So I will see you again in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.